Hey guys, Dave Baggs here, and welcome to yet another Bagcast. I want to thank you guys for giving me a lot of positive feedback on my last Bagcast because I changed the format and I worked really hard on it. I wasn't sure what people were going to think about it, but I watch a lot of ESPN and I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have an agenda, as you guys can see on the right-hand side, so that you can see exactly what's going to be coming up next. And you can see everything that has been already covered. And I thought that would be a great idea to allow the viewer to watch and listen to my Bagcast, but they can also get a chance to obviously see what's going to be coming down. And so I really liked it. I took a chance, and like I said, I've got a lot of positive feedback from it. So I appreciate you guys chiming in, letting me know what your thoughts were. Seriously, it was well appreciated. And I got to tell you, today's Bagcast is going to be pretty interesting, to say the least. And I will tell you guys that today's gamer, for the most part, never ceases to amaze me. And I was going through my comment section this morning on my last Bagcast, and I got a comment from one of my viewers, and he basically pointed something interesting out. And first of all, I'm going to give him a shout. And I normally don't give shout-outs, but I'm going to give him one. I'm going to leave his link in the comment section down below. And he commented in my comment section and let me know about a story of a lot of people getting upset from the Xbox side of things. Now, you guys know that I'm an Xbox gamer. So when people from I guess I could say my people, my Xbox, my fellow gamers, when they do something silly and ignorant and, I don't know, when they do something that is something I wouldn't do, I have a tendency to kind of take it to heart. Well, apparently, producer for Titanfall 2, Drew McCoy, and I'm going to leave the link to the story down below so you guys can kind of check this out. But apparently he tweeted out an image of a PlayStation 4 disc, and it was a Titanfall 2 disc. And that was it. And I'm an Xbox gamer, and I don't see a problem with it. But apparently a lot of Xbox gamers, they took it to heart and they didn't like it. Some of them didn't like it to the point where they actually canceled their pre-order because they felt that maybe Respawn and the guys over at Respawn were kind of favoring Sony. Well, I started to read the story a little bit more. And apparently, Drew McCoy only had one disc to take a picture of when he tweeted that image. There was no Xbox One disc. Apparently, that was the only disc that he had. And so he took a picture of the disc. I don't see a problem with it. I'm an Xbox gamer. I've told you guys this. I mean, Titanfall came to the Xbox back in March of 2014, and it also came to PC. And there's a part of me that thinks that maybe Titanfall is kind of Microsoft's baby, so to speak, still. But you know, when they announced that they were going to release Titanfall 2 on PlayStation 4, I didn't get mad. In fact, I got pretty happy because I realized that this can only be a positive thing for the Titanfall community. The Titanfall community can only do one thing, and that's grow. And there's nothing, in my opinion, better than sharing a game that's awesome with people that can't play it. And I'm not a big exclusive guy. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, wait a second, Dave Baggs. What about exclusives? You know, that's what separates one console from the next. Exclusives. And I completely understand that. Believe me, I do. I really do. But in the case of Titanfall, it never really was an exclusive. I mean, it was an Xbox game, but it was also a Microsoft game, so players on the PC could play it as well. So I never really considered it an exclusive, and so by sharing it with PlayStation 4 gamers, I just think it can do nothing but positive for not only the game, for not only Respawn, but for the community as a whole. So when I went over to Drew McCoy's Twitter page, and I started reading some of the different tweets that were directed at Drew's post, I started to realize that, you know what, there's a lot of gamers in the gaming community, and it's both sides. It's not just Microsoft, it's Sony, it's PC, it's everybody, but we have a lot of gamers in the community that are just flat out ignorant. I mean, so what? He put a picture of a PlayStation 4 disc that happened to be Titanfall 2. I don't take offense to it. In fact, when I saw the tweet, the last thing that came to my mind was to cancel my pre-order. I mean, that has got to be the silliest thing I ever heard. You know? I don't know. I wouldn't cancel my pre-order based on one person's actions. Now, if Drew McCoy posted this picture and then he added some text and said something that was a little bit derogatory and pointed it towards Microsoft, then I can see, okay, you know, that's kind of messed up. But he didn't do that. And he also explained that that's the disc that he had. That's what he did. And I like when Drew McCoy, in one of his responses, he basically, and honestly, I don't have the quote in front of me, so if I butcher this, I apologize. But he basically was saying, so it's a bad thing because we want to basically have a game for more than one console. So it's a bad thing that we want to have a game that's multi-plat. And I agree with him. You got to read some of the responses to Drew's tweet. And it's ridiculous. Some of these Xbox gamers, I don't know, they make me ashamed that they're part of the Xbox team, part of the Xbox posse, part of the Xbox community. And some of these guys are going to end up in the same lobby as me if they end up not canceling their pre-order. But it's just sad that, you know, that you can take offense to something like that to the point where you're actually going to cancel your pre-order. And then you're going to tweet to Drew everything under the sun just to make your point, just to let out your frustrations. It kind of goes along with my last Bagcast where I talked about gamers constantly whining and complaining. And believe me, I've told you guys there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with someone. Even if you disagreed with Drew McCoy, even if you disagreed with the direction you think Titanfall 2 is going, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. There's not. But when you go to the point where you start disrespecting someone. You start name calling. You start becoming ignorant with your responses. That's where it becomes complaining and whining. I think a lot of people maybe misunderstand me when I talk about gamers that complain and whine as opposed to gamers that give constructive criticism. And it's the same thing with this whole tweet. In fact, I actually tweeted to Drew and I said basically I was on his side. I don't have a PlayStation 4. The last PlayStation console I owned was the PlayStation 1, and I loved it. I don't have anything against PlayStation. It's just I bought an Xbox back in 2004, and I haven't changed. Not because I think one is better, it's just because I've established my gamer tag, my account. A lot of my friends play on the Xbox, so why would I change? You know what I mean? And so when I tweeted to Drew McCoy and basically said that I was on his side, I let him know that this is coming from an Xbox guy. I don't know. I just feel that there's a lot of people out there that take a lot of the things that are said in social media to heart. A lot of gamers take the things that I say to heart. You know, just in my last video, for example, someone mentioned that I don't criticize Titanfall 2, or I don't give constructive criticism. Well, I actually have. Maybe the person missed that video where I talked about how I don't like the red halo around the enemy players when you die. The red halo around the enemy players sometimes when you're in the middle of a match. To me, it's kind of an outline if you don't know what I'm talking about. You've seen it in other first-person shooter games, Black Ops 3, Overwatch, Destiny. All those games have that red glow. And I've mentioned that I didn't like it, so I gave some criticism, but I only gave criticism for what I could give criticism for. I can't give full criticism to a game that's not fully developed. I only saw 3 maps. I only saw a handful of weapons. So I can only do so much. But again, getting back to my point, let's get back on track. Let's talk about gamers being insensitive. And that's what I think when Drew McCoy posted that picture, that's what I really think it amounts to. Gamers becoming extremely insensitive. If anyone gives me constructive criticism, I'm okay with it. If you start F-bombing me, if you start name-calling, you now are in the process of losing what little credibility you had before you opened your mouth. And it only goes further and further down the tubes. And I don't even have to say anything. Sometimes people just keep digging their own hole. Because gamers, especially now it seems, are so insensitive. And gamers can never be satisfied. I guarantee you those guys that said that they were going to cancel their pre-order, they're not going to cancel their pre-order. It's kind of like when 2 people are in a room with a group of other people, and those 2 people act like they want to fight each other, but nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the people grab the 2 people as to break them apart. And now all of a sudden, the 2 people start swinging. They start swinging because they know that nothing's going to happen. They start swinging because they know that people are grabbing them and holding them back. But I guarantee you, if they let them go, the swinging would stop. It's like, I'm going to cancel my pre-order because you posted a picture of Titanfall 2 on a PlayStation 4 disc. Celebrate it, Xbox gamers. Be happy that PlayStation 4 gamers are going to get what we got in 2014, and they're going to enjoy probably I'm going to say probably. It will be the best first-person shooter game out there, hands down. That's an opinion I have. That's just kind of speculation, but we'll see. But be happy that PlayStation 4 gamers are going to get this game. Anyway, guys, I just hope you guys get a chance to check out that link down below. I thought it was pretty comical reading some of the tweets. Check them out, see what people have to say. And again, guys, I love doing these bagcasts. I love the new format that I've given you guys. I'm proud of it. I'm having a good time with this, and I'm really enjoying myself, and I appreciate all the positive feedback that you guys have given me. And remember, guys, I've said it before. You've guys seen it on screen. I'm getting close to 4,000 subscribers. It's been a long, hard road, but I'm very proud of what I've been doing. I'm very proud of my channel, and I'm also proud of everybody that's come along for the ride. And as always, guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. My name is Dave Baggs. We will see you guys next time. Have a good one.